Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to discuss very advanced function map and zip. So here I'm using Eclipse, and if you are having a doubt regarding Eclipse installation, how to configure Eclipse with Python, so you can watch my first series. So let's begin. What is the use of map function? So let's say there is a variable called my_list and which contains some elements. Let's say hi, hello, bye, and so these strings, and these are the elements of this list, and I want to iterate one by one. So how I can iterate it? Let's say there is a function def which will print the message. Only the work of this function is it will print only whatever will pass the argument. So and I want to print all the elements one by one. So let's say first element should be hi, then hello, then bye, then end. So how we can iterate it? So we have to use for loop, right? So let's say for I in my list, and I can call printer here. So let's say printer, and I will pass the element one by one. So how it will work? So for loop will start the first element hi, and we are calling printer. In place of I will pass hi and it will print. So let's say how it work. Use Python run, and you can see I'm able to iterate one by one, and I'm able to access printer method for each element. Okay, so this is line of code I'm using, and we can reduce it by using map function. So let's see how we can reduce it. So I'm commenting it. If we will use map, so you can say map is a function which will return a list of results of applying a function to the item of the argument sequence. So let's say here we have to pass the function which you want to call at the sequence. So here I will call printer. So let's say printer, and no need to call in this way, only the name of the function is fine, and the sequence is my list. So now let's see the output. Output is remain same. So you can reduce your code by a single line. So I'm reducing it like from 2 lines to 1 line. The efficiency of the map function is very high. So let's say if I'm talking about there is a def sum, and we are passing here 2 arguments. So sum and a comma b. So here I will return a plus b. So that time how we will pass. So let's say I'm having a small sequence 1, and sequence 1 is 1 2 3 4 5, and I'm having a sequence 2, and I can use here a range function, and you can pass here let's say 5. So range also will return a list which will start from 0 to 4. I can set it, you can start from 1 and you can go till 5. Okay, so let's say if I will print sequence 2, so you can see the output. If you want to know about range function, so you can watch my first series. So you can see here, this is a list, it will return from 1 to 5. So there are 2 sequences, and I need to pass to 2 sequences if I will call some function using map. So map, and here I am using sum. So I need to pass 2 arguments, for one for a, one for b. So in sequence we have to pass 2 sequences. So first sequence is let's say sequence 1, and another sequence is sequence 2. See the output. Okay, I'm not printing it. That's what I'm not getting the output, because it's returning. So it will return a list of the result. So my result is 2 4 6 8 10. So if I will print sequence 1, so you can see now it will be more clear. So sequence 1 and sequence 2. So let's say how I'm printing it. And first element of second sequence is 1, and I'm passing it into a sum function. So it is returning a plus b. So 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 2 4, 3 plus 3 6, 4 plus 4 8, and 5 plus 5 10. Okay, so in this way it will work. And let's say if I'm not passing anything here, so you can pass it here none. So this is also a very important thing. So if you are passing none here, then what will the output? See, the output will be a tuple form. So for each element it will create a tuple and it will insert the element by element. So first element of this list is one tuple, and which is having first element of first sequence and first element of second sequence. So in this way it will create the tuple form. We can reduce it using lambda. Let's say our print map, and here I will use lambda, so no need to define the function, and you can use lambda itself, and a comma b, and the output will be a plus b, and here I will pass a and b. So in place of a and b I can pass sequence 1 comma sequence 2, and here you can see the output. Okay, fine, I'm using close bracket here, that's what I'm getting error. So map, and I need to use this close bracket here. Now the output you can see 2 4 6 8 10. So using lambda we can also use map. And let's say how we can use with object oriented programming. So let's say I will create a class using map. Here I will define a def, we can say square askew, and here I'm passing a and b. Let's say anywhere, we can say var1 and var2, any variable, and just I'm returning, let's say self dot var1 equals var1, and self dot var2 equals var2. So in object oriented way you can see I'm using self here, so it is attached with the object. So if you have any doubt regarding object oriented programming, you can watch my first series. So we will return, let's say we are using a square here, so we can say var1 multiplication of square of var1 we are doing here. So we are not using var2, so maybe we can remove it, or if you want to use it, it's up to you. So let's say how we can use this function for map. So first of all I need to create an object of this class. So my class is using map, and you can use directly print map, and here using obj dot the function name. So here my method is askew, and this is the name of my function, and you have to pass the sequence. So let's say my sequence is range, I want from 0 to 10, so it will go for 0 to 9. Okay, so let's see, I'm getting some error. I think I'm not closing curly bracket. Okay, I'm not closing this bracket, that's what I got error. You can see the output is 0 1 4 9 14 16 25 36 49 64 and 81. So in this way you can use in object oriented programming. So it's up to you how you can use, but the functionality of map is you can reduce your work with sequence. So let's say if you are having n number of elements in a sequence and you want to perform the same task on each and every element, then you can use map. So let's move to the next point, zip function. So what is zip function and why we are using zip? It's very easy. So let's have an example. Let's say I'm having my list which contains some object 1 2 3 4 5 6. So there are 6 objects, or we can say elements, and I'm having a other list. So let's say other list contains 7 8 9 10 11 12. So these are the objects we are having in this other list. So let's say how we can use zip. So you have to use zip, and you can see zip return a list of tuple where each tuple contains the ith element. What is the meaning of this? So here you have to pass the sequence. So the sequence is my list and the other sequence is other list. So now you can see the output. So the output is the first element of the first list, first element of the second list, and it will create the tuple form. So this is the mostly used GIF function, and we can use where we want to combine two elements. Okay, so let's say if I'm having less elements in a third sequence, let's see, third sequence equals, and this is also a list, so let's say hi and hello. There are two elements, and if we are seeing in sequence 1 and sequence 2 there are 6 elements. So if I will pass third sequence, and you can see the output, just run the program, you can see the output is only 2 elements. So it will iterate till the minimum element is present inside a sequence. So if we will see here, there are 3 sequences, and first sequence contains 6 objects, other list contains 6 objects, and the third sequence contain 2 objects. So it will iterate for 2 objects, and it will zip in a tuple form. So first element of first sequence, second element of second sequence, third element of third sequence. In same way for the other value, like second element of the first sequence, second element of the second sequence, and second element of the third sequence. But here you can see there is no third element of the third sequence. So that's what it will iterate till only 2 elements. So in this way zip is working. So in next video we will discuss about filter and reduce advanced functions. Thanks for watching.